So now that you've completed your time audit, what you should have noticed is the times that you're losing valuable and effective time throughout the week, either on a wasted transition time between activities, and then also on activities that aren't moving you forward. Things like scrolling through social media or watching more TV than you planned for, things like that. And then transition time losses would be like, if you jump on your email between activities or if you're not properly scheduling things throughout the day so that they work together, right? So you want to make sure that you're not leaving gaps between things or you're able to put activities back to back that make sense together. Now that you've gone through your schedule, you've indicated your greens and your reds, our strategy moving forward is going to be to stack your calendar only with the things in green and start cutting out the things in red that aren't moving you forward. And what this is going to do is not only free up a lot of time, so it ends up feeling like you have more time in the day, but it's also going to make every moment that you spend on a particular action more effective because we know that action is moving forward. Now, there's two components that are going to work together here. One is going to be your fitness calendar that's going to be built out in the fitness app, and the other is going to be your personal calendar and the way that these two things intersect. Now, I'm going to take you through a calendar creation process and use both a fitness calendar here as an example, and then also my own personal calendar to show how these things are going to weave in, right? So for our fitness calendar, we want to make sure that we're scheduling check-ins at least once or twice a week, right? So we're going to add in recording, say for this week here, we're going to add in recording body stats. Now, generally, I suggest that you track body stats twice per week. So we're going to add a second one on Friday here, right? So that's going to be your body stats. So we know that that's going to happen in the day. And then, for example, we're going to book a workout, right? So we're going to build out a workout in this particular day right here. So we're going to add a new workout from any of our shared workouts. So I'm just going to pull from a workout calendar here and just put this workout in. So say that I want to work out 4 times per week. I know that I'm probably going to do based on my schedule a, Monday, Tuesday, take Wednesday off, and then Thursday, Friday split right there. So I'll just add in workouts here from these programs that are already built out. Yours is obviously going to be specific to you, and I would pull these or your coach would pull these from your program to actually schedule them out. The reason we're doing this is because once we have this in place, it becomes much easier to just run this play during the week. And the chances that you're going to miss go down dramatically because it's scheduled on your calendar ahead of time, just like any other important appointment. So we're going to make sure we book out these workouts ahead of time. We can be flexible if needed, but we generally want to stick to this workout schedule as much as possible and then make sure that you're saving those workouts as you go through. So that's going to be your workout functions here. Now, we may have some additional things that we want to focus on during the time. So we can also put in something like a progress photo check-in, or say that I wanted to do an additional day of cardio on my day off. So I could just say, I want to make sure that I go, get some walking in on this day, right? Get some walking in on this day. And then Saturday, I want to go for a hike. So I'll go in here and just put, we can just put walking to represent that height there as well. So I have those components in there. So that's my workout stuff. Then if I'm tracking food, my suggestion to you is to set an alarm on your phone to go off at 8 or 9 p.m. as a final reminder for food logging so that you don't miss any food logs during that time. So we have our workouts all scheduled ahead of time. And remember, this whole process is just about checking the boxes, right? If you check the boxes, you're controlling the inputs. We know that you win. So we have the workout boxes checked here. Now, every week, there's a few functions that you're going to have to make sure that you perform. You're going to be tracking them in the fitness calendar here, but then you need to make sure that that meshes with your personal calendar. So we're going to need to make sure that we're attending to a few things. One is going to be recovery and sleep. The other is going to be movement, right? General movement like walking and then also exercise. And the third thing is going to be nutrition, which means our food logs and then our actual acquiring food. So meal prep or food ordering and things like that. You can get as granular as the time of day you eat if you need to do that. But for most people, it's just making sure that we're getting the meal prep done. So for example, I'm going to pull up my personal calendar here, right, that I use for work with clients and with the studio. So as you can see, I'm, following through on what I'm advocating for you is basically being hyper effective with the time that I'm using to make sure that every single thing that I want to make sure gets done during the week is scheduled, right? So, for example, in this given week, I generally find it best for me to work out through the end of the week and then on the weekend. So, what I'll actually do here is I'll book in a couple of workouts as well, because generally I find it's easier to get workouts done on the weekends. My wife and I will switch off on childcare so that one person can go to the gym while the other person watches our daughter, and then the other person gets to work out. So that's the 4 workouts that I mandate for myself happening here, right? So I'll make sure that those are budgeted ahead of time, right? So I fill in my work components first, and then I fit my workouts in between, right? That's a big thing, right? Previously when we were younger, you could, set your workout schedule and then make everything revolve around that. That's not how it works anymore. So set your work schedule, important appointments, family time, things like that. And then you're going to build your workouts around that at times that are most reasonable for it to happen, right? So I have my workout scheduled in. I'm a big advocate of a large meal prep, so that's generally going to happen in the afternoon on Sunday. And so I'll put that in as a 2-hour block here, just a grocery shopping and meal prep run. Chances are it's probably not even going to take me that long. It'll probably take me about, we order our groceries to the house and then the meal prep itself. So I'll actually put this as hour and a half block, which is being generous in there like that meal prep. So perfect. So now I have these things booked out on my calendar ahead of time. So now when I go through the week, it's just like check the box, right? I have an appointment, I have a work appointment here, I have a client appointment here, I have activities that I'm working on for our coaching group, I'm meeting with individual clients, I'm just moving from one thing to the next. And just like I do for work, I'm not going to blink between things. And then when it comes time for my workout, I'm not going to blink between that. And I'm just going to go right into the fitness activity that I know I've planned and scheduled ahead of time. Now, another thing to note here is that I've put things in an order where I'm limiting the downtime between activities because I find it best just to keep momentum going. And then when it's time to rest, to just jump into rest. So you want to make sure that you're scheduling your workouts and meal acquisition and rest around your work schedule to make sure that it works. So the main points of this are you want to make sure that once you've identified what the most effective use of your time is, you've worked on eliminating downtime between things, you're going to schedule your workouts on your fitness calendar, right? Or your coach is going to schedule out your check-ins and your fitness activities on your calendar. You're going to check them off as you go, and then you're going to go into your personal calendar for work and you're going to schedule them in so those things mesh up because we're not going to give you the time to do the things. It's on you to take ownership or control of your time as your most valuable resource to make sure that you're fitting the workouts in around the other things that you have to do. Now, what this does is that it makes it much more likely that you'll actually get these activities completed. And then it also turns it into a very simple process for you where it's just check those boxes, right? We're just checking the box week after week until we fill this calendar up over a whole week. That's our controlling habits, not our outcome habits that lead to the outcome habits. So once you've completed your time audit, you've identified your most effective use of time, the most effective order of time when things need to get done. Then we schedule those highest value fitness activities on our fitness calendar with your coach, and then you're going to apply them to your personal calendar and run the play. This is a process that should take place every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I generally do this on Friday for the first run, and then on Sunday, I do a quick 5-minute overview just to make sure everything's in place. And then honestly, it's very similar to meal prep. Like after I cook on Sunday, I don't think about food until Saturday, right? When I'll have something that might be a little bit different than my usual food. Same thing with this. Once I set this calendar, I don't have to think about scheduling. I don't have to think about what I'm doing. I just have to execute and get it done during the week. Saves me so much time, makes me so much more effective. And this is the exact process that our clients are using. And again, you'll be surprised at how it suddenly feels like you have a lot more time because you're only spending things on the things that are time on the things that matter, and you're avoiding any of those activities that have been sucking up your time. So drop any questions you have about this process and the lessons. go through this video, and then your coach is going to take you through this process on your weekly call each week until it becomes a secondary habit. And you're just absolutely rolling with it week after week with tons more time in your schedule and a lot more energy because you're not wasting it trying to fit everything in. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.